mission, the boy. You think I never pay attention? In my mind, I'm recording. I'm about to win a ruin all your rules and you kind of bored. I'm riding a woman, it's like we run the city. Looking fresh, I'm feeling like a mini. Moving silence, you can never hear me. If you got a problem when you see me.
Good day for Rochester, isn't it? Therese Cannon, Scott Davenport. Abby's got a chance to go 2-0 in the finals. Represent. Yeah. Skyball, Abby. Run it. Yes, DJ Roche. I hear you. I hear you. What's 50 grand to a motherfucker like me? Can you please remind me? Fall so hard, crazy.
skate, but I skate. You the parents get mixed up too. Also, let's keep fading. Libraries for like 6 days. Gold models, soul models, spilling ace on my sick days. Also, behave. Just wait.
The sun poking through on this championship Sunday. It has been a glorious weekend in the South Bay, all coming down to this final match for the Hermosa Beach Open, right adjacent to the Hermosa Beach Pier. It's time for the men's final. Cameron Irwin alongside the one and only gold medalist Dane Blanton, and this one, oh boy, we could have a first-time winner in Taylor Sander, who's playing alongside Taylor Crabb in their first season together on the 2022 season. But they've got a tall task in front of them, and I literally mean tall. Theo Brunner, I think he's like 6'9", playing alongside Kame Shulk.
Yeah, Theo Brunner and Kame Shulk are tough, but you know what's important is this final and that we're back in Hermosa Beach, and it's such electric energy. All four athletes have to be so excited.
Wow, without a doubt. So let's take a deeper look into these two teams and figure out exactly what the scouting report is going to be. We'll start off with these two, Taylor and Taylor. We call them the Taylor gang. It's Crabb and Sander. What do we know about them?
Well, we know that they may be the most athletic team on tour. They call Taylor Sander undersized as a blocker, but this guy gets up. His vertical leap's huge, and they're playing dynamic volleyball. They don't give up many points, and then, of course, Taylor Crabb is just a wizard in the backcourt. He gets it done, he defends so well, and he converts. They have a lot of momentum. The way that they took down Phil Dahlhauser in the semis, you know, if they can continue that momentum, they're going to be in great shape. On the other side of the net, the #2 seed in the tournament, Theo Brunner on the left, and to your right, Kame Shulk. Second AVP title as partners there. They are looking to win here, and the way they do it, they own the net. They have to have huge blocking.
So let's see if they can own the net. The first time these two teams meet is in the final. Let's have some fun. Sending it down to Mark Sherman.
One more time, and we are ready to rage on Stadium Court. They've been here since 9 a.m. on Friday morning. It has been packed, and I'm talking about all of you making Hermosa Beach happen. Oh my goodness, yes. And they are ready to be entertained one more time. How about this guy out of Ridgefield, Connecticut? One of the best all-around players on the AVP tour at the net, whether it's offense or defense. I'm going to keep harping on it because you wanted me to, Theo. You know what? Earn that best offensive player, why don't you? And it starts right now. Let me hear it for Theo Brunner. Playing behind that big block of Theo. Oh my goodness. You know what? It was too easy in Canada, wasn't it? You were the top player in Canada, and you wanted to be like, you know what? I want to come and be the top player in the United States of America. So that's what he's looking to make happen, and he is steadily creeping to the top. Ladies and gentlemen, out of Red Deer, Alberta, Canada, it is Kame Shulk. Oh, and talk about making their way to the top. This first guy, it has not taken very long, has it? No, it has not taken very long to get his sand legs back. He grew up playing on the beach, played for a long time indoor, but he is back where he belongs, and he is doing things that not a whole lot of people can do. The whip on this young man will blow your mind. Let me hear it for Taylor Sander. the snap, the shoulder on this fella. He is one half of the Crabbs, ladies and gentlemen, and oh my goodness, we saw them playing together as brothers. They broke apart. We like him seeing on the court at the same time, but now, you know what, he couldn't play with another Crabb, so he's playing with another Taylor, and I like the Tay-Tay combo. I love it. It's all over the place. You are all over the place. Out of Honolulu, Hawaii, and Long Beach State University, give it up for Taylor Crabb.
Taylor Sander in his first season, his rookie season here in 2022 with another shot at a title. This is his second shot. He's already made one final in this season. And could this be the one here in Hermosa? You see the two on screen, both of them National Player of the Year when they were in college. Now they're playing beach volleyball. Taylor Crabb made it to the 2020 Olympics. Unfortunately had to deal with some COVID restrictions, so wasn't able to compete, but an Olympian nonetheless. So 3 Olympic Games represented on their side of the net, and 1 on the other as Shulk, also an Olympian back in 2016. Ace is the first point for Taylor Sander.
That's how you started off. Did you see the emotion after the trickler? And that's just the first point. You got to expect a lot of fire from these two, the Taylors, because they brought it in the semifinal, and that's what really got them over the top. Emotion, leaving it all on the line.
There's definitely a lot of emotion coming from the long-time friends, Taylor Crabb and Taylor Sander. Taylor Crabb formerly playing with Jake Gibb, who's now enjoying a little bit of retirement, but I've seen him hard at work. He's still doing quite a bit of coaching. Nice job keeping the youth movement going in beach volleyball.
Back set right there by Taylor Crabb. That is what they will do. They will move you along the net. There will be no stationary moves for Theo Brunner. They're going to move him around and try to make him less effective.
Theo Brunner, I called him 6'9". I gave him an extra 2. He's 6'7", plays extra tall. Taylor Crabb first shot in transition.
Tight set.
How about that recovery from Sander? And the finesse. You have to love that, seeing Sander on the beach and winning points with the touch.
And he's feeling it, you know, right now. He can do no wrong. He gets up, he's taking a look. You see how he controlled that joust and then got 3 contacts off it and just really putting the ball and commanding it.
Taylor Sander, just 30 years old, as his partner.
From
originally from Corona, California. Currently residing on 8th Street, right here in Hermosa. Legendary place for the game. Schalk making the transition from Team Canada to Team USA. Looking to represent the United States in the next Olympics.
Wow, what a beautiful set, and then an even better shot right there. Shulk and Brunner were dug in, expecting the heat, and right off the bat, Taylor Crabb showing his finesse.
Taylor Crabb, one of the premier defenders, not only in the United States, but also across the world. So well respected in the game.
Another tough serve by Sander, but it's handled well. Nice and calm there by Brunner and Schalk.
Brunner, 37 years old, originally out of Richfield, Connecticut, to Cal State Santa Barbara. In his 58th AVP event. He's got 3 titles to his name, looking for his 4th. Seen lots of shots to start off. Schalk sneaky in terms of his verticality.
Yeah, that was a really great play by him. He anticipated, he read the 36-year-old, then turned around and converted right there. They're going to have to do that. Another key for Brunner and Schalk, they're going to need to really own the net. I think Brunner has to win the blocking game. If Taylor Sander gets hot in that department, then it could mean trouble.
Right now, just a 1-point game here early in set number 1. Taylor Crabb floats one in short. And a lot of people maybe sitting at home going, well, that seemed like a little bit of an easy serve. Why might Taylor Crabb be serving just kind of that short ball to one of the biggest attackers on the court?
Yeah, he's trying to take his approach out, serve him short so he has to pass the ball really close to the net, and then he's forced to either back up or take no approach and less effective offensively.
Nice shot, baby!
Everything has a purpose. Taylor Sander loving that from Crabb, saying, nice shot, baby. I think that was right on cue. It was like tonality and everything. Voice coach. 6-5.
That was a solid shot. We saw Taylor Crabb doing that against Phil, finding that, and we haven't seen him really err. He knows how to precisely put that ball right down the line. That time, another short attempt by the Taylors, and that ball into the net this time. Short serve's risky. You know, it's tough because you have to hit it perfect, but it is very effective.
Toss one to Sander. Works a little bit more to the right side. It seems like he likes to attack just slightly off center on that right. 7-6 now. Outside hitter indoors, playing the right side now. It's something I don't know if we've talked enough about. Taking that ball on his right side. Having to make some big transition moves there from indoor to beach. Taylor Crabb traditionally playing the left alongside Jake Gibb. So that's his comfortable zone. Also an outside at Long Beach State. One of the greats to come through. Just 6 feet tall, but his verticality is remarkable. 7-all on the switch.
I always say that Taylor Sander, he's just a great volleyball player, so he can plug in just about anywhere. That ball dug up by Shulk, and he puts that ball away. But in terms of playing right or left, he's the kind of guy who you tell him where to go, he's going to just fill in, and he's going to get it done.
He doesn't even think about it.
Yeah. And you know what, I always tell younger players as well, don't get locked in to just playing the left or the right or just bump setting. You know, try the hand set, try the left, try the right. The whole idea is to become a great player all around.
Well, you saw a gorgeous hand set right there from Sander. And a net violation, so point goes to Crabb and Sander. They're keeping things awfully close here. Hermosa Beach title is up for grabs between these two teams. Option. And watch out, Taylor Sander. The paintbrush does some damage.
Big hit right there, came Shulk. Gathers, nice step close, and Taylor Sander is in the impact zone. You got to watch out. Get your hands ready.
Side out. And a huge swing. You could hear the oohs and ahs. As soon as that ball was set, 50-50, it goes to Sander.
You know, I don't know if I've seen someone get back the revenge right away. I mean, he lit that ball up right at Came Shaw.
Ooh. Of the White Claw, pure spike of the day.
It's just out of bounds, and Taylor
And some outstanding play has got a 1-point advantage, 10-9. Crabb and Sander after the unforced hitting error from Brunner. Methodical, though, are Brunner and Schalk, known to be almost robotic. And I say that because they've used that word to me to describe themselves.
I think I'm still hung up on that hit.
Dave's in another world.
Yeah, I mean, we can't let that just roll by like it was just a regular play. He absolutely lit that ball up, and Came Shulk hung in there for it as well.
To his credit.
And I think, you know, that could be a momentum changer. It'll be interesting how things go from here, but definitely things have gotten elevated quickly.
Well, and that's shocking right there. A bad pass from Taylor Crabb. Still able to add up some pressure.
And Brunner and Schalk, the lead changes hands
10-11. So heading to the technical timeout, do these two teams just 1 point of separation.
Yeah, it's interesting. Three of the 4 players out on that court having championships. Taylor Sander is the one who is new to the game, looking for his first, and so cool, you know, to be in this position to try to win your first event in Hermosa.
Yes, get around to the sideline during this too by the big ball. Yes, well done to the staff. DJ Rocher, I see you.
So the technical timeout has this place in silence, except for the waves. We've got to have some fun here. This is the Hermosa Beach Open men's final action just in the first set. Some steady play from Crabb and Sander in terms of the side out has been on full display. And take a look at this. We're having some fun. It's packed house here in Hermosa. These were the back-to-back plays that Dane, you were talking about.
Love that. Right off the side of the head, immediately Taylor Sander turned it up. Maybe the hardest ball I've seen him hit this weekend, and he said, yeah, I can take it. Can you? And nodding his head as he walks back. So that's a lot of fun, you know. That's what volleyball is all about, is on the sand. A little trash talking here and there, but no harm, no foul. No one got hurt.
Well, that's still up for debate. We got a game and a half left to go, if not 2.
Feelings might have been hurt.
We'll see. Crabb and Sander working with none other than Rich Lamborn, the Olympian and coach who's worked alongside Taylor Crabb for several seasons in his former partnership. So he knows these two very well. Talked to Taylor, he said it's been fun to train right here with Sander living on 8th Street. Also spent some time spending 1 day a week with Jose Loyola, who's been working with the USA Youth Development Program. As you take a look at the recap here for the men, 5 of the 8 first round matches went to 3 sets. And day number 1, I will tell you, it was wild. 7 of 8 on championship court. Yeah. Went to 3 sets. It's been a long tournament here in Hermosa, but we're not complaining. Dietrich and Smith were incredible on the weekend. The son of St. John Smith, Hagen Smith, taking down the top-seeded team, Try and Trevor, in that first round. So some fun tidbits here for you in Hermosa Beach as Theo Brunner finds an ace. 12-10.
Now, you mentioned those tidbits. We knew this was going to be a special tournament when the 3 of the top 4 seeds went to the contenders bracket on Friday. And that just goes to show you the parity and how volatile it can be out here. If you don't bring your A game, you're going to be in this battle. I don't care if you're a top seed or not.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. I actually caught up with Taylor Crabb talking about some of the parity, not just across the AVP, but also in the international game as well. And talking about specifically some of those Elite 16 competitions that these teams have been in and out of, both of these two out on the court right now. Saying, man, it'd be nice because they're 16, but there's so many good teams that are winning everywhere. As you get a nice touch from Taylor Crabb, who finds an angle, but just a little too much angle. Saying you're seeing teams win titles on the international ranks just from everywhere in the world. The game is wide open right now as we're in a new quad. 13-11. Pirouette pass. And finesse.
Nice roll shot, and like you said, we are in a new quad. It's a very short quad because the Olympics in Tokyo being delayed a year, but everyone kind of jockeying for position, trying to figure out what the right combination and the right partnership is, and then that qualification window will start up at the beginning of 2023 to qualify for those Paris Olympics.
No. And this is one of the teams that has been together for at least a season in Shulk and Brunner. So a little bit more experience having played alongside one another. You also think of Try and Trevor, same, having a few seasons of competition beneath them. Wow, the full chase, what a set from Sander. He's got to get back to block. Over the top and finds Sand.
Fantastic hustle right there. We've seen that play a few times as Taylor Sander and Taylor Crabb will call a timeout. But look at this relentless pursuit. Tries to put it up in a hittable position, but it's Brunner who gets an opportunity to terminate the play, and he does.
So 15-13 right now. Schalk and Brunner just that 2-point advantage. And I mentioned these teams have been on the path internationally. Theo Brunner and Schalk coming off a very impressive World Championships. They finished 4th there, just 1 away from a medal. They came in the 19th seed, so things have been turning their direction in terms of leveling up their play. They also finished with a 15th at Hermosa and Ostrava, a 13th as well. So they've been on the path through the international game. Pound Town is right here in Hermosa Beach. You see it in the stands and right here with the Wilson Optics ball just on the edge of our court. The Hermosa Beach Pier is just on the other. They've got the hammers going as we love it right here in Stadium Court. This is the men's final. Who will take home the Hermosa Beach title? Will it be that man right there wearing the number 2 jersey? Taylor Sander alongside Taylor Crabb. The other side, Theo Brunner, Schalk with a 2-point advantage. Theo Brunner, we saw an ace from him early in this game. Let's see if he can find another. Big block. We have seen 3 of those today. Through the semifinals and the finals, a block that hits the sand before the attacker's feet do. That's not easy.
It's not easy at all. You have to get all of it and hope that that hitter goes for it. But Theo Brunner, no stranger to those straight down blocks. At 6'7", the 37-year-old, 3 titles under his belt, and that is his forte. Big blocks, but no easy task blocking Taylor Sander.
His ability to have power down the line and into the angle, wherever he wants to go, he can add some pace behind that ball. Hang time is on full display with Sander. Gotta love his ability to come from the service line, even though he just misses that. Puts a little fear in the other team. Nice. Wow. I'm surprised Theo didn't turn and make that play.
Yeah, that ball went up high enough. I think he thought that Shulk was in the angle and was going to cover for him right there. That's a perfect reason why you always pursue, never anticipate that your partner's going to be there. And look at that, the bottom drops out of the float serve. Goes back, looks like he's gonna serve kind of an easy one, but the bottom dropped out at the last second, really mesmerizing Brunner and Shulk.
That was a thing of beauty right there, the ace for Taylor Crabb as he now finds the left shoulder of Brunner. Sitting in the pocket is Crabb. Working back. And Schalk, everyone on tour, especially the guys, talk about Schalk and how sneaky he is in terms of his contact point. He may be somewhat unassuming when you see him, but next thing you know, he's contacting. He's got a great reach on that attack. Nice grab by Shulk. And he sits there taking the damage, but can't control the power.
Wow. I gotta give that guy a little credit right there. Actually, a lot of credit to stay and hang in there with Taylor Sander just unleashing as hard as he can. You're in the impact zone there.
You would have seen me full send the Pacific Ocean if I were in that position. And there's a good ball. Wow, Schalk so quick to get up off of his feet. And the snap. 1 point game.
You know, a few plays ago, I saw Taylor Crabb roll shot a ball that Shulk ended up getting. I bet he said to himself, no more in transition. I'm going to bring this. I am going to heat it up. You're going to have to make a great play. No easy roll shots. And you just saw it there because we're now just a 1-point ball game.
We got a few balls.
17-18, trying to stop the bleeding are Brunner and Schalk. Let's take a look at how they ventured here to this championship match and some of the teams they had to face off against. They started off with a solid win over Lev Prima and Tucker. Then they took the loss to the kid and Paul Lotman. That's Miles Partain. And then they worked back through that contenders bracket in straight games. That's pretty remarkable right there. 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, taking down that 16 seed that was so deadly in this Hermosa Beach weekend. And those two, Crabb and Sander, what does their path look like? Well, it's been all victories for them thus far. Just dropping 2 sets in a total of 4 matches played. And they took down some big names as well. You look at the Benish and Lucena matchup 2-1 and the Dahlhauser-Patterson matchup. That was incredible to watch between the ultimate legends on the sand and now these 30-year-olds underneath the umbrella. You see the purple jerseys they're wearing. If you're curious about those, you can head to mayakai.com. These two starting a clothing line. Be sure to check that out. I think if you sign up right now, you might be able to get one of those 50 jerseys they have. That's mayakai.com. I think some jerseys, some boardies, and heck, you can jump right out there with them. 17-18 now in this final. Crabb and Sander have got a little bit of a run going. Take a look at that. 5th or lower was back in 2004. Fenoi Moana and Wong defeated Karch Karai and Lambert.
Yeah, you were talking about the road to this position. Remember, we used to have 32 team draws, so when you lost, it was a lot more devastating. You had a lot more games to play. Now with the 16 team draw, you know, it is an extra match, which Brunner and Shulk have played, but not quite as devastating in a 32 team draw. So I like the format with the 16 teams because I think you can feature more teams on center court, and it's a little more concise of an event.
Yeah, that's a great point you bring up. Just 1 loss, but 1 extra game. 18-19, things are getting close.
Go.
I know there's a lot of qualifiers out there saying, no, we need a much bigger bracket.
Bigger.
But, yeah, there's different schools of thought.
It is set point for Brunner and Schalk. My goodness, Taylor Crabb pops that off his arm that stuck to his rib cage on this cover play.
Yeah, he throws it right down at him, and then how about the reaction time of Taylor Sander with the left hand to go over with the winner?
DJ Rouchet playing the Stranger Things theme song, very apropos. Blocked back, how about the cover? Came Shocks there. Transition from the right. No approach, and a quick play from T. Crabb gets us knotted up. It's 20-all.
Wow, what an opportune time to step it up right there. Both Crabb and Sander elevating their game. Here's a good look. Stuff block right there, quick cover. They get yet another opportunity, and then look at the no look. Face one way, shoot the other by Taylor.
Oh, that's going to leave a mark. I hope Taylor Sander's all right. He just got one right in the face. Man, that's so brutal when it hits you right in the sunglasses.
That is a tough one. If you've played beach volleyball at a high level, you've had this happen to you, whether it's defensively or as a blocker. You just want to get away clean. Sometimes the glasses can cause even more of an injury, but let's hope he's okay. Seemed like it got him square in the face. The glasses kind of exploded off of him.
Yeah, Theo Brunner is standing right there at the net as well, making sure he's doing all right. This is one of the hard parts of the game. We see it so often. These guys play at such an elevated height. Their head well above the net. Richie Lamborn there, show a little support. We're gonna show you one more time.
Yeah, here Sanders blocking, and he's on the way up, kind of looking up, and you know, that's just bad timing right there. And Theo Brunner knew immediately. He hit it right off of his face.
Well, and I feel like a lot of times you see blockers go up and they kind of duck that head down, right? So a lot of times it's hitting the top of their forehead or the top of their head. That time, head kind of up, like you mentioned, as he was going towards an upward trajectory. So 21-20 right now. Things are looking pretty good for Brunner and Schalk. Sanders looking to recover. A gorgeous day here in Hermosa Beach, California. We're hanging out in the South Bay, one of the great stops on tour, and it's just been a quintessential weekend. That Southern California spirit is on full display, and it's all thanks to this crew, the Stadium Court. They have been coming in droves throughout the weekend. This is the men's final, and Taylor Sander just took one right off the face.
Yes,
and right now he's trying to get himself back in this as they trail by 1 point. They have fought hard, him and his partner Taylor Crabb. They are facing a set ball though against none other than Theo Brunner and Schalk. Men's final is in the midst of the first set. They're giving him some extra time, get reset.
Yeah, if you're Taylor Sander, you take as much time as you can right now. That kind of lit him up. I think it rattled him a little bit, but fortunately there's no blood. We've seen times when people get hit in the face and they, bleeding profusely, but no real blood. He looked like he's just been rattled. His glasses are intact, and I think he's ready to get back on the court.
Now, one of the big true champions are our volunteer staff. Our fans have been loving them. And if you're just joining us, thanks for joining us here at the Hermosa Beach Open. It's Crabb Sander versus Brunner and Schalk. 21-20 right now in set number 1.
And we're back. 21-20.
And let's get back to it. Schalk with the serve. Set point for him. Set gone awry, but we both saw it. Wow, I don't know how they just managed that kill. Schalk doing a really nice job right there. 22-20, set number 1 goes to Brunner and Schalk. But things were starting to feel rather rhythmic on the other side with Crabb and Sander. So 20-22, Crabb and Sander have to fight a bit of a headache as well as a game back.
At Corner Bakery, we're making your choice simple with Choose 2 options every day. Choose 2 of your favorites and turn a simple lunch into a perfectly paired meal. And we're not talking about a few Choose 2 options. Pair up any sandwich or panini, any cafe fresh salad or warm simmering soup, or any pan sauteed pasta. So many kitchen crafted options, so little time. Your perfect Choose 2 combination is waiting at the Corner Bakery.
It's the choices we make that define us.
Tryon Trevor is coming off a tough, heartbreaking loss.
And ultimately, the enemy is within. Some people want it, some wish for it, but others make it happen.
Tryon Trevor, super lethal, bringing fire and passion to the court.
How will you take charge?
Another day brighter now that we got each other.
I'm Carrie Walsh-Jennings. I've played with lots of injuries and sore muscles. KT Tape has helped me push past the pain. Today, clinical studies prove what I've always known, that using KT Tape before, during, and after workouts can reduce muscle soreness. Whether it's the Olympics or the local gym, pain is pain.
Tape up with KT Tape, the #1 kinesiology tape. Use it for muscle soreness and many common injuries. KT Tape, train longer, finish stronger.
KT Tape works for me, it'll work for you.
Hey, DJ. Pink shirt wins! Yes! Oh my gosh, Andy's bleeding. Go see the medical. You know what? These are taking a while, so we're going to go down to 1 chair and 3 guys for the final round. Ruh-roh.
Are getting a little feisty here on Stadium Court. You gotta love this. Fight for Baby Shark right now. Musical chairs out on Stadium Court. We like to keep things fun and lively. Cameron Irwin alongside Dane Blanton. We're having a blast having you join us here in Hermosa Beach. This is the men's final. And right now, I'm not sure who's winning this competition at this point, Dane.
I don't know if it will ever be won. They've been going back and forth, and what constitutes a win? I've seen a few people sit in the chair, but then they get knocked right back off.
Does he have him in a headlock? Is that allowed?
Gentlemen, in 5 seconds.
Don't black out.
4, 3, 2, 1. Oh,
I think he won it.
Pink shirt wins.
Oh man, I'm just grateful there's a net between the two competitors we've got on the court for this men's final. The Wilson team, one of the great sponsors here of the AVP Tour. This is the men's final. Taylor Crabb, Taylor Sander, Theo Brunner, and Shulk, the 5 and 2 seed, battling it out. Just 2 points were the differential in game number 1. Shulk is ready to get started in game number 2. I'm curious to see how Taylor Sander is able to respond after getting knocked in the head pretty badly at the end of game 1. What a dig, sky ball from his own teammate. Have you ever seen that?
No, but it was a tragic set and a beautiful dig by Shulk right there. You got to give him a shot to put that ball away, no question about it. What I'm focused on, and we got to talk about it a little bit at the break, the facial shot of that ball just really exploding the glasses on Taylor Sander. How do you recover from that? They had so much momentum getting back to where they needed to be in that first set, and then all of a sudden it was over. The big question is, can they get back to that momentum? And you'd like to see him. That first set was an absolute battle. We had a lot of trash talking, a lot of back and forth.
So point to Crabb and Sander. Here's it, Sander walking the back line, and there's a look, little bit of a shot to Taylor Sander. That was after he got knocked in the face.
Yeah, that's usually right on the top of the nose, and it's usually due to the impact that the glasses have on you. But if you have a good pair of glasses, that's going to save you quite a bit. It's a big difference. Never want to wear, even if you're an amateur, never want to wear any type of a glass frame in any of your sunglasses. Just much too dangerous.
You heard the line call, but instead Taylor Crabb goes with the angle. Three-two now. And what an angle from Theo Brunner. They continue to test him in the side out. It's interesting too as you take a look back at this nice swing from Theo Brunner. 16 of the last 20 AVP championships were won by the higher seed.
That's just out of bounds line. We're going to switch sides.
So Crabb and Sander versus Brunner and Schalk. Theo Brunner and Came Schalk proudly wearing that #2 seed.
Really liking what I'm seeing from Brunner and Schalk. Composed, you know, at the net. Brunner starting to feel it. We've seen some real big stuff blocks from him. And in the backcourt defensively, Came Schalk has been doing his thing. You say he's a little sneaky good with that arm swing and his deception once he gets into that transition. And Taylor Sander still trying to get it going from that service line. But I like the fact that he's staying aggressive, still ripping that ball and trying to create some points.
Short serve from Shulk. Those control plays from Taylor Crabb are just remarkable, saying no is Theo Brunner, no touch.
Theo,
Point.
a force to be reckoned with at the net, giving Taylor Crabb all sorts of obstacles to look at, and that time just putting up a wall.
And you knew Sander was going to take a swing just from how powerful his feet hit the sand. And that's a monster block on the side of Brunner and Schalk.
And he was up high right there, going after it. He knew that Taylor Sander likes to hit, was going to rip it, made him pay. Beautiful set.
Yes.
The cover kill, Taylor Crabb off of his face.
Yeah, that is as lucky as you get when you get that cover off of your face. It is frustrating for that blocker who executed perfectly, stuffed the ball straight down, off the face and over. I'll take it any day.
Again, stranger things being played right here in stadium.
Just out of bounds,
Just
off the corner.
wide of the corner, that block from Sander.
Did everything perfect, but the ball was hit just a little bit too high here. Came Shulk comes in. If he hits that ball low, it's coming back right at him. But he goes high and it goes Tool out of bounds.
Just out of bounds. We're going to take a side switch.
This duo
9-5.
of Brunner and Schalk, I mentioned, have played together for at least one season as they now find themselves in 2022. But what's surprising is they have yet to win a title together. They each have titles to their own right. One for Came Schalk came in 2019 with Jeremy K-Spear, but he's still looking for one alongside Theo Brunner. That's a great swing from Crabb on the left.
See, I'm a little confused. I think Crabb's having a lot of success siding out, and I know Taylor Sander has the fireworks in his arm, right? He hits that hard ball, but remember that line shot that Taylor Sander hit wide, the line shot just moments ago. Maybe you want to test him in terms of his shots, because he can't hit every ball. I think I mentioned that in the semifinals against Phil. They were continuing to go to Taylor Crabb and staying away from Taylor Sander. You always go in with a game plan. Sometimes you change it, sometimes you stick with it. I mean, I wouldn't want to run down Taylor Crabb's shots.
Absolutely not. And again, like you mentioned, we saw it against Phil and Casey. That's Phil Dahlhauser and Casey Patterson. His ability to find some of those smaller, shorter angles is just remarkable, and to pair that off with some power.
And then when your strength is blocking, why not
send
go
it to the
up,
person
yeah,
who
who's
wants
hit?
to take a rip?
Yeah.
And he also wants that. The flex down with the block down. Taylor Sander.
Beautiful play, beautiful execution by Sander. He's locked in, he's focused. He senses it. He knows he can't wait until 20-all. He's got to do it right now.
There's one is the call from Taylor Sander.
Shulk continues to be steady, really picking his shots, coming in very composed.
Talking to Shulk. I asked him, about their personalities out on the court, and they say, we're rather methodical, we're robotic, maybe we don't have the highest highs or the lowest lows. But he said they kind of want to be like the Tim Duncan of volleyball, right? You just want to do really well and be great at the fundamentals, and so that's what they've been sticking to here in 2022. They put themselves in a good position right now to take home a title, up by 1 game and up at the technical timeout as well, 12-9.
Well, if they're going for Tim Duncan, they are nailing it. No question about it. Very methodical, very fundamental.
All our volunteers.
Their goal, though, I asked them on the season, they talked about wanting to win multiple tour titles. They have a good shot right now.
What I also couldn't do without the volunteers is give away the final mini balls of the weekend coming up. Yellow shirts, meet me in the middle. And let's make it rain. Here we go, one last time. One last time, we got about 20 left. Where's he going? Yeah! Oh my gosh. Look at the arm on that hit.
Having a great time here in Hermosa Beach, the South Bay, for the men's championship match of the Hermosa Beach Open. Taylor Crabb and Taylor Sander, they are facing off against a very tough opponent right now in Theo Brunner and Shulk, up with an advantage here in game number 2. Game number 1 already in their pocket. Cameron Irwin alongside Dane Blanton. The joust.
We got a net violation.
To Taylor Crabb, but he's going to sit down for a second here. I think he may have gotten kicked underneath the net.
Is that the right call? Oh, yeah, he kicked the net down low. I was like, there was no net at the top of the net.
Well, he kicked the net and he kicked Taylor.
Yeah, at the bottom. Well, that's what's going to happen in a joust. That you both push, your feet are going to go the opposite direction. Never trying to make that happen, but that was quite a joust. Both players really giving it their all.
Taylor Crabb trying to get there as quickly as possible. You like the swing, though, from Theo Brunner. That's an area he's been focusing a lot on in the offseason, really studying some arm swing mechanics. I caught up with him about it. He talked to me about merging 3 different perspectives, getting that arm back as a 1, 2, a little bit more of a circular arm motion. So check that out as he takes a big swing. Right now he's looking for a block. And then lastly, really focusing on staying more behind the ball. So Theo Brunner going through the mechanics of the arm swing, trying to level up in every way he can.
Look at this offense by Sander. He came in there head over the net, decides to just roll it.
Again, Crabb and Sander are inching their way back. You start to feel the rumblings. These two starting to make some moves.
Absolutely, starting to tighten things up, see if Sander can get that serve going. Oh, overrule.
Interesting. Taylor Crabb's expression after that play was a little bit of a bummer, so they assumed the ball was in. Let's take a look.
Well, the line judge called it.
Oh, yeah, that bounced on the line.
The line judge called it out. Good overrule there. We can see on the replay it hitting the back line.
Nice set in transition.
15-12.
Schalk has done his homework. He's in the backcourt. He's sitting in the angle. He's waiting for that high line shot from Taylor Crabb, and then he's just stepping into it. Look at him, making it look easy. Steps in, gathers himself, big step close, and then he crushes it cross court.
Another good play. Wow. 13-15 on the switch. Another big block, one back. For the second time, it's the belly button of Taylor Crabb that sends this ball back, or maybe it's just the left shoulder. Unreal. Using every part of his body, why not?
You got him, use him. Such a high contact feel. Brunner coming in, doing his thing. This team could be scary. You know, they are committed trying to make it to the 2024 Paris Olympics. And Shulk, as you mentioned earlier, used to represent Canada on the international circuit, but switched over to being an American. It took 2 years. He had to sit out from international competition, but he has that citizenship. And now representing the United States, it's pretty cool. It's a big move to be able to pull off.
Oh, it is a big move, and then to go to another Olympics representing another country, that's pretty remarkable feat. Nonetheless, 16-14 now. Quick run by Taylor Crabb. Scrambling with Shulk, but what a play. And again, the support between the Taylor and Taylor duo is just so fun to watch after each point. Coming back to the middle, having a conversation, recognizing what's up next. Set well off the net, and again, that's the second time we've seen that team make something out of a bad ball.
A really bad ball, and usually Taylor Crabb's going to run that ball down, so give a lot of credit for Schalk trying to shoot that to the corner and actually succeeding.
Crabb challenging the edges of the block from Theo Brunner, 16-7.
My favorite part of every set, when it gets to about 16-all, 16-17, that's when the pressure starts to build, especially right now for Crabb and Sander down a set.
And that is gonna help. It's not just the defense in the backcourt, it's the defense at the net. Taylor, Sander, another big-time play.
Let's see how Brunner and Shulk respond. In the first set, they were consistent. They stayed steady when the Taylors got momentum. See if they can do the same here.
Ooh, you like that? It's in! This entire stadium wanted that to land in. Taylor Crabb has found some funky ways to find points. That would have been the topper.
It was a beautiful, quick set and hit. Would have been demoralizing for Brunner and Shulk if that one landed, and could have taken some of the air out of the sails, but it's just long.
18-all. This is feeling very reminiscent of set number 1. 22-20 was the final there, 18 apiece. We also found ourselves in the same position in set number 1. Serve to the sideline. And getting just a tad of it is Taylor Sander, a 19-18 point. Schalk and Brunner keep running. Crabb for the side out. Are you kidding me? His eyes were looking to the Pacific Ocean.
That's what he has, that ability to look one way, fake you out, face another way, facing right dead center, goes away. He could have cut that ball back as well. That's just Taylor Crabb. He has a huge arsenal of not only quick arm, but also finesse.
Tough deep float serve. Shot, but no good. Fist pumps from Crabb to Sander. 2019. Are we going 3?
What I like is this fire that he's bringing every time, the emotion, getting his partner fired up as well, and some timely plays, some timely blocks for Taylor Sander. He's feeling it, you know, he wants to win his first AVP event, and he would love for it to be right here in Hermosa Beach.
Taylor Sander now 3 blocks on the stat sheet, 2 of them coming in just the last handful of points alone. Don't forget, he took a shot off the face. He's dealing with a little bit of a, you know, facial injury at this point, and has rebounded so well here into set number 2. Incredible to see. 2019 now. It is set point for Crabb and Sander. They're looking for the 3rd.
Yeah, so fun to see both these teams really not flinching. Early on, we had a little trash talk back and forth, but they've both stayed and composed and played their game that they've wanted to. And both of these sets coming down to the wire. Just the way this has gone, this is the way the tournament has gone here in Hermosa Beach. Almost want that 3rd set. You want it to come down to the wire. But the way Brunner and Shulk are playing, though, watch out. They can get you quick.
It's all party, all fun, all the time here in the South Bay, and especially on this weekend, the Hermosa Beach Open. The 3rd stop on the AVP Tour, at least in terms of Pro Series events, and this is the men's final. Are we going 3? It's 2019, Crabb and Sander with a set point. Shulk, up and over.
We're not done yet.
Woo, talk about some ice water in your veins. Out of the timeout. A nice side out for Shulk.
Now that comes with experience. I remember years ago, he would have come in and tried to crush and beat the block. That time, much smarter. Takes a look, puts it where they're not.
For the advantage. Oh, what a dig. And Dane Blanton just punched me in the booth because he's in shock right now. That's the 2nd phenomenal dig we've seen from Shulk that hasn't been able to be set.
Yeah, it's hard, right? Theo Brunner's got a tough position there. That ball has a ton of spin on it. It's close to the net, but you have to make a decision. And I think the decision for him is probably to go over, try to hit that ball.
Taylor Crabb is at the net and gets a touch on it, and this is also something we've seen on the season. If you're wondering why in the world, well, Dane, tell us why we might see Crabb at the net. Okay, well, apparently Dane Blanton is speechless. He maybe wouldn't go with that strategy, but what I've seen is that it allows Taylor Sander a little bit more time to go for his serve. He really unleashes at that point instead of trying to get up there for the block.
Got it.
Just a couple national titles. What is happening?
I usually catch up. This time a better set. And what happens? It's a kill. I got to keep up with you, Cameron. No, but you're absolutely right. When you are jump serving at times, regardless of if your partner is a blocker, you might send them up there so you can focus on that serve rather than worry about running to the net.
It's championship point. Brunner, Shulk. Not yet. 22 all. The slow death from Taylor Crabb.
You can't have this happen right here. A complete shank to the right. That's a tough one. Theo Brunner wants that one back for sure.
Set point, Taylor Gang. Option, and that was a good look. Just wide.
Wow, you thought that was it right there. The way that Taylor Sander has been taking care of the ball. But it was pulled him a little bit off the net. Didn't get the rotation.
23 all, you gotta win by 2. Oh, good read from Shulk. Quick set. And out of bounds, so we continue. 24-23. Crabb and Sander, you got a scary serve coming your direction. It looks like Taylor Crabb's gonna stay in the backcourt this time. Dane Blanton smiling about that one right now. Sander with the serve.
Yeah, I think that's the best call, right? Because how effective Sander has been at the net. That one's into the bottom of the net. But the thing that is concerning, I'll be really honest with you right now, Cam Schalk's playing some spectacular defense, and he's been getting some really rough sets that have not been hittable. And that's been a big difference here in this set.
What a set from Taylor Crabb. Running through that, tossing it up behind his head. Wow, what a touch.
Yeah, look at it right here. Runs through, makes it look easy, and he puts it right on the spot. That's exactly where Taylor Sander would have wanted the ball, even if he had passed it perfectly. So give a lot of credit to Taylor Crabb running it down.
Another set point for the Taylors. And we're going 3. Hermosa Beach, we're sticking around. Why not, Dane Blanton? It's 26-24. You gotta love the energy, the environment, the home of beach volleyball. Game 3 up next. Take a look at the last ball. That was game number 2, going the direction of Crabb and Sander. We're having a blast here in Hermosa Beach. We've got 15 points. Who will find that spot first? That will be our champion here in Hermosa Beach. This is the 2022 AVP Tour. We're so glad to have you with us. Hope you're having as much fun as we are here on the sand. Cameron Irwin alongside Dane Blanton. All right, Dane, what's it gonna come down to?
Well, right now, all the momentum on the side of the Taylors. Taylor Sander, Taylor Crabb have been playing really well, consistent. The pressure right now is on Theo Brunner. Made some errant sets in set number 2 that I believe were costly, and then hit that ball out of bounds, waffled it out of bounds for the set. So now he's going to have to recompose himself.
Looking for the composure is Theo Brunner. What a chase, came Shulk. Out of the net again. Is it good? No hat, no problem. Came Shulk.
Game Shulk is working overtime because those sets are all over the place right now, and he's doing whatever he can. But defensively, he's scrappy. He ran down that high line shot, putting it away. Theo Brunner has to give him a shot. Game Shulk is not a small player. 6'5". Put him on the net. Give him an opportunity.
Quick up and over for Taylor Crabb. So look for Theo Brunner to start to make adjustments on his set, giving his partner a little extra help here. More than capable is Theo Brunner. Nice recovery. Woo! Quick arm, Brunner.
Yeah, I love that right there. See how Cam Shulk put Brunner up at the net? He's big. He's going to do some things, regardless if it's low or high. But right there, Brunner doing his thing. Up, over, powering cross court. Stay aggressive.
You switch every 5 here in game 3. What a whip, Taylor Crabb.
That was nice. You know, Taylor Crabb was thinking, hey, Cam Shulk's been running down my line shot every single time. So what am I going to do? I'm going to crush it cross court.
Quick set to the right side. We like some of the different tempos, which we actually haven't talked about. This is an area of focus for these two, of Brunner and Schalk, an area of development in the last season. They recognize what's happening on the international ranks, as well as here on the AVP Tour, the game evolving, speeding up and seeing all sorts of different sets and tempos, attack angles as well. Came Schalk finding a good angle there, but quick is Crabb. Came Schalk is impressive right now.
Yeah, he stepped up his game, and he knows he's going to have to play spectacular volleyball if he's going to get a championship here in Hermosa. But you mentioned it, Cameron, the tempo, the change of tempo, so important. And we see both teams really run it. It's to disrupt that blocker.
That's a change of tempo. That's a high ball off the hands of Sander. 3-5 now. Taylor Crabb looking to find some more defense now. Blocked back again. Shulk is unbelievable.
Came Shulk dialed in.
Shulk continues to impress, especially in game 3.
Yeah, look at Shulk. He's everywhere right here. Here's the block. Taylor Sander throws that down. 9 out of 10, that's going to be a block. But Came Shulk keeps it alive somehow, and then he converts it right into a kill.
Tough ball, well fended off.
Monster block.
Theo Brunner earning a monster block as well as a high 5 and some respect from Taylor Crabb.
Here's the pass. Beautiful pass comes in. And this is what happens when you try to beat a blocker but don't get it there quick enough. The ball is coming straight back. Good move by Theo.
To the right. And I swear, the ball is just deflated every time Taylor Sander takes a swing.
Yeah, he's got a heck of an arm swing, and it is lightning fast as well. So hard to keep up, not only if you're a blocker, but a defender as well.
Different kind of deflate gate. We talked about changing tempos. That wasn't pretty, but it worked.
Finds the short shot for 8-4.
Take what you can get here in the final in Hermosa Beach with Brunner and Schalk out to a sizable lead now.
Waterfall, and again, Shulk, great read. Set perfectly. And it finds the small space between Brunner's block and the net, falling on the side of Brunner and Schalk.
Look at that one-handed stab by Schalk. Roll shot right here. Little trouble, miscommunication, but somehow Crabb puts it up and Sanders able to capitalize. Touch.
Getting a touch call right there, 9-5. Theo Brunner earning his first title back in 2013 on the AVP Tour. Earned another in 2016. His last was back in 2018.
Oh, wow.
What a set. Gets a touch off the hand of Brunner.
That was huge right there. A one-handed pass, little trouble by Taylor Crabb, and then they get out of it. That's the sign of a great team. Check this out right here. Shank pass to the left, and then Sander puts it up in a hittable position, and Taylor Crabb looking to use the hands, and that's exactly what he does.
And finding the sand yet again. A nice turn and redirect from Shulk.
The Gamers serving 10-6.
It's 10-6.
Short serve.
That is out of bounds.
Oh, that is a massive error. You don't see that often, and the Taylors have decided to call a timeout immediately. Playing to 15, this one's gotten a little bit out of hand. I'd like to see them get back to their aggressiveness on the back serve, but you got to give a lot of credit to Kane and Brunner. They've been solid, they've been steady, and you know they've really given a lot of fits to the Taylors.
Yeah, no, it's been remarkable. Those two, especially the play of Shulk, he has stepped up outrageously here in game 3. Last time Theo Brunner won a title was in 2018, right here on the same sand we now reside, Hermosa Beach. This is the Hermosa Beach Open, the men's final, and we are just a few points away from crowning our champion. 11-6, Brunner Schalk with a steady lead. Taylor Crabb and Taylor Sander trying to find a little bit of magic right now. We play to 15 points. See if they can mount the comeback. Cameron Irwin, Dane Blanton, had a great time with you all weekend long. Cagey shot from Brunner.
Yeah, really nice. Looked like he was going to come in with that low tempo set and blast it, and at the last second, roll shots. It's smart play. Great hit there on the right side. 12-8 as we take the turn right now. But it just, there's this sense that Brunner and Schalk have been in control most of the way. It seems like The Taylors continuing to play catch-up, and they're in this position again in this third set where they have to make something miraculous happen, but they're running out of time.
Maybe getting a little bit too underneath that ball is Taylor Crabb as that soars long from the end line. 2 away now are Brunner and Shulk. Just 2 points separated these teams in both sets 1 and 2. Ooh, and swings like that might just get them back in it. 9-13.
Big high swing. That ball's not going to get blocked. Quick arm swing by Taylor Crabb. But now they need to somehow get some points while serving. That means maybe some aces here, maybe some blocks, some digs, and convert them. Anything will do.
Looking to earn one. That might help. Taylor Crabb again up at the net and finds the sand yet again.
Did you see that set from Schalk? He's about 20 feet off the net, rolls it up just perfectly.
Brunner and Shulk looking for their first title together. It's championship point. And the triple ace crowns the Hermosa Beach Open champions. Theo Brunner, Schalk.
Hermosa Beach AVP champion.
15-9 in game number 3. Quite a remarkable journey for those two. They call themselves robotic, but I would say more like remarkable. 15-9.
How exciting. Schalk, for sure the MVP of this final, stepped up, really took care of business, and was dealing, with some adversity, made some great digs. And how exciting for him. His last win, 2019, and that was his only AVP win. So now he has a second to his credit, and he did it in a historic event like Hermosa Beach.
Schalk's last title came, like you mentioned, back in Seattle. That was alongside Jeremy K-Spear. And here is a look at the Kona Brewing. Cheers to the champs. Congratulations to the 2022 Hermosa Beach Open Men's Champions. But how fun for Theo Brunner to earn another one here in Hermosa. Last time he won a title was alongside John Hayden here in Hermosa back in 2018. He earns it with the triple ace with his new partner, Schalk.
It's number 4 for Theo Brunner, but it's first since 2018. It's number 2 for Kane, the last one, the first one coming in 2019.
Theo Brunner and Schalk have officially been crowned the champions here in Hermosa Beach. I think it's time we get a chance to catch up with our winners. Let's talk to the champs. Mark Sherman, over to you.
Just right at the end, Kane.
Right
My voice, yeah, it's perfect.
Peaking.
That's what we're looking for. Ladies and gentlemen, your Hermosa Beach Open champions came. Your second win on tour, first since 2019. Your fourth win on tour, first since 2018. What's it feel like to be back on top?
Feels amazing. I mean, in Hermosa, fans were incredible. Doing it with Theo after a couple years of just grinding, it feels amazing.
Absolutely. Theo, what was better about your game in this match, your offense or your defense?
Neither. All I can think about is how 2 times in my life someone self-covered for a point, and it happened freaking 2 times in the second set. So I don't know how I got over that, but I did.
Way to persevere.
Yeah.
Way to persevere.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Schalk, listen, an incredible crowd. Obviously, they were rooting for it to go 3. But what does it take to reset and then dominate like you did in the third?
I mean, wow, something in my throat there. After we lost the second round, we kind of had a talk and just decided that it doesn't really matter what's happening. And we just wanted to focus on what we were doing. And whatever happened, just kind of build as a team. And who cares about what's happening in the match? And if you keep focused on that, it just kind of, it'll turn your way.
And Theo, no, we're wrapping it up with one more because you had a couple of very good friends win today as well. Therese Cannon, Sarah Sponsel, friends here at home, friends when you travel around the world. What's it like to win at the same time as those ladies?
I mean, it's awesome. We share a coach and we share a training court. So, I mean, what else is there? 24th Street, Hermosa. Every day we're out there. So, yeah, we're going to attach these to the post.
Perfect. Those will be gone in 2 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, Came Schalk, Theo Brunner, your Hermosa Beach Open champions.
So great to see these two win for the first time together. Number 4 for Theo Brunner, number 2 for Came Schalk. This will give them momentum, possibly, as they make their run for the 2024 Olympic Games.
So an incredible journey as they look to 2024. We have had an absolute blast here in Hermosa Beach alongside all of you. For Echo Entertainment, myself and Dane Blanton, the AVP Tour, we're so grateful to have you here on the AVP Tour. Stick around this summer because we've got so much more to come. Theo and Came are your champions, as are those two, the 24th Street champs, Therese Cannon and Sarah Sponsel, who will be up next. I gotcha. Welcome back to the AVP Hermosa Beach Open. We're in the midst of the men's final between the Taylors, Sander and Crabb versus Brunner and Shulk. Let's pick up the action. Welcome back to the AVP Hermosa Beach Open. Let's pick up the action. Welcome back to the AVP Hermosa Beach Open. The men's final is underway. Set 1 going to Brunner and Schalk. Oh God, I gotta do that one more time. Will their momentum carry into set 2? But don't count out the Taylors. Okay.